never try to give anybody something that's not going to be Busta Rhymes #1. So you can expect to get Busta Rhymes in the way that you have always grown to know and love Busta Rhymes. You're going to get that. That's first and foremost. Secondly, you're going to probably get a perspective from me that is a lot more inspirational. Like, I'm trying to make sure that I speak directly to the common man with this album. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the albums in the past and throughout my career, you know what I'm saying, I made a lot of money and I was very successful and I'm still very successful, and, you know, I try to exploit the success, and we all do as rappers, you know what I'm saying? But this time I didn't really feel the need to do that, you know what I'm saying? I did that shit so many fucking times. It's like, how much more are you going to show off and brag about your new chain and your new fucking car? Like, how much more time you going to do that shit? You know what I'm saying? I mean, don't get me wrong, I still do it here and there because I still love jewelry and I still love cars, but I make sure that that's not the predominant thing on my album this time. So probably for the first time you're going to get to hear me exploiting things that inspire people to do better with themselves. Like We Made It. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling motherfuckers, don't let nobody stop you from making it, regardless what it is that you're trying to do. You know what I'm saying? That shit is more important to me in my life right now. You know what I'm saying? Encouraging people to be productive. You know what I'm saying? Decisions is a song with me, Jamie Foxx, John Legend, Mary J. Blige, and Common. That's a record talking about the valuing of friendships. There's a lot of motherfuckers around you sometimes that you think they really your homies, and they really not your homies. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, the people that are your friends, learn to appreciate them. Don't focus so much on dissing the ones that really aren't your friends, because they're going to get dealt with through karma. You don't even got to pay them no attention. Karma is going to bite the motherfuckers, so you can let them do whatever they want. But make more time to appreciate the good people in your life. Because sometimes we spend so much time trying to be revengeful to the people that have been disloyal that we neglect showing our appreciation to the people who have really been there as friends, genuine friends. And, you know what I'm saying? So shit like that is on my album.
So why is it then called Blessed, or is that the reason that it's called Blessed? Because first there were different titles.
The album was called Blessed because that's what I felt was the most appropriate title for the project. Simple as that.
Okay.
And a proper's Blessed. You said you were going to take it back to a normal stage, but with the Don't Touch Me track, I think it's the last part. You've raised the bar at least, I don't know how high. Technically.
Thank you.
You just fucking killed it.
Thank you.
And
we just released the remix yesterday.
No way.
In the United States. And Busta Rhymes, Reek the Villain, which is a new flip mode artist, Spliff Star, The Game, Lil Wayne,
yeah.
Nas, and Big Daddy Kane.
And how long is the track? 10 minutes?
Nah, it's 4 minutes and about 48 seconds.
Damn.
Yep.
All killer.
Everybody kills it.
We were just listening to that track and we were like, damn, Busta always comes up with new stuff, and a lot of people, they have long careers, but they kind of like get lazy. And you never made that impression, because when we heard that track, we were like, damn.
Thank you.
Where does that come from? I mean, it sounds like you still got the hunger to show the people, hey, I'm telling you how to do it.
Yeah, that's what I come from. I come from credibility being more important than anything else, you know what I'm saying? So certain qualities that are embedded in you as a youngster, you grow with those qualities and they never leave you. You know what I'm saying? It's like if you were taught that your name is John, for the rest of your life, your name is John. I was taught being credible as a lyricist was important when I was young, so I grew up believing that for the rest of my life. If money is made in the process, all of that shit is cool. But at the end of the day, I know money ain't gonna never get made if my shit ain't credible. If your shit is whack, if motherfuckers think you a trash rapper, it's gonna be a lot more difficult to make some money in this motherfucking business. So I'd rather get credibility because I know that it's closer to making the money, and I also know that it's closer to getting the respect and the admiration and the support from the fans that we all work and wish to have, because you're working hard to earn that respect and that support. So, you know, it's a great feeling to be able to get that kind of acknowledgement from you and the rest of you guys in the room. I appreciate it.
How does it feel, especially talking about credibility, getting respect now, looking back to your last album? Because I felt like a lot of people at first didn't really get that album, and now are coming like, damn, I didn't know that album was so hot.
I think God is incredible, you know. And God works in mysterious ways, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes you just got to allow God's plan to play itself out the way it's going to play itself out. I'm not one to really try to understand certain things sometimes when they happen. I just accept them when I don't get the proper understanding as much as I analyze the situation. Because I never understood why people didn't really jump on the album the way they were supposed to. Myself, it's still my favorite album. Well, not no more.
Of course not.
It was my favorite album until I made Blessed, but I just feel like whatever I had to go through for the 3 years of making that album and then putting it out and then doing what it did and then going through what I went through for the last 2 years is what set me up to make this project. Sometimes you got to go through shit to reach the greater goal. And now I feel like the greater goal is accomplished. I'm back better than ever. You know what I'm saying?
And since, I mean, of course on this album too, but you've worked with probably at least everybody. Except for anything you still feel like is left open, you would like to do, like a collaboration, maybe a person you really admire, or maybe not even, just think like, wow, I got to do a song with that person.
I want to do a record with the original Guns N' Roses.
Okay.
I want to do a record like that. I also want to do a record with System of a Down put together. And I want to do a record with Slick Rick, my favorite rapper of all time. I also want to do an album with Q-Tip from Tribe Called Quest. Not just one song here, one song there, because we got a bunch of songs that we did together, but I want to do a whole album. And we actually been trying to do it. We put together a concept for an album about 5-6 years ago that we were going to do, and we're going to call it The Drama. Busta Rhymes Q-Tip album. We recorded a couple of songs for it, but then, you know, our lives get caught up with other shit, and we get into those other things, and they consume us, and then we don't get a chance to revisit the project. But right before I came on tour, I got his ass in the studio, and we started another song, but we didn't finish it. And then I had to come out here to promote the album and finish the album. So while I'm touring, I'm recording in the hotel room, still trying to finish the songs. So as of right now, I think that's really the stuff that I want to do, like in my immediate future, if the opportunities present themselves to do it. You know what I'm saying? But there's a lot of things that I want to do that I still haven't done yet. Like I'm just now really starting to figure out what it is to be the master of my shit. Like I've been doing it for years and I've understood what I was doing, but I never felt like I mastered my shit. And I still feel like there's levels of mastering that I have to still reach, but I'm starting to figure it out.
Always ahead of.
Okay.
Okay.
Ja, slutstation Sharon.
Yeah. We have to ask something for the day program.
Mm-hmm.
Since they have the soccer
Right.
championships, European championships this summer.
Hell yeah.
They wanted to know what you know and think about soccer.
I know the sport. I love the sport. I think it's an incredible sport. And being that my family is Jamaican, soccer in the country of Jamaica in a West Indian cultural significance was one of the biggest sports next to cricket. So soccer and cricket was the shit for my family. It wasn't until my family moved to the U.S. that we started to appreciate basketball and all of that other shit. But soccer is something that I was born into loving as a result of it just being a big part of the culture of the West Indian cultural significance.